Hello everyone, this is Brett, Fencer Farms Ministry, and today is part 4 of our series talking about food shortages. I go into a lot more detail in my other videos of all that and why I'm starting it, but just real quick, basically we're doing it so people can learn how to grow food, how they could start a farm or if they already have a farm, and how they can supply their church and their community while also getting out the gospel message and being able to support their family financially. And so again, if you want to check out the other videos and go into more detail of why and what and all that, you can go see those. Today we're going to kind of just jump into it pretty quick. Back behind me is we're going to be starting a whole new plot, so keep an eye out for more videos because that'll be great if you're just starting out and you want to see how we set up a whole entire place from scratch. So setting up beds, compost, irrigation, all that stuff. But today we're going to jump into it and we're going to be setting up a bed to plant. So this is it, say you already harvested the bed, you cleared everything out, and now you need to get it set up so you can get something else in the ground and get going on it. So we're going to go through those steps today. So your first step would obviously be pulling out your old crop, everything, clearing it, and then the next step would be using like a broad fork or a digging fork. I used a digging fork for a long time, and then eventually we got this broad fork. And so basically what you're doing is you're pushing it into the ground and you're pulling back, but you're not flipping the soil. So you're keeping it all intact, all the good organic matter and everything in there, but then you're still allowing oxygen and everything to get down into the soil. And we do a thing called no-till. So our two steps would be to use a broad fork like that, and then we do use a tilther, but it's only getting the first 2 inches of the soil, so you're not disturbing it. And it leaves a nice fluffy spot to plant, and I'll show you guys that here in a sec. But the reason we do no-till is to keep our soil and everything intact and have a really healthy soil, because we're planting all the time. So I mean, we're planting back to back. Like this bed just had something in it and now it's getting planted again, and then it will get planted again. So we want to do, we want to have really good soil health. And so when we first start our beds, when we start, we'll put a 2-inch layer of compost down. Then after that, we'll broad fork, and then you can put some kind of amendment down, like a dried turkey manure or whatever you need for your soil. You can put something down before each planting. And then, maybe every 6 months, 2 to 3 times a year, you want to bring in a nice load of compost. Some people do it more, but just expensive, it's financially wise. For us, we'll do it a couple times a year. We'll put a heavy load of compost down on the bed. And then after that, we'll just use some kind of amendment until the next, 6 months or so, and then maybe we'll put a nice 2-inch layer of compost down again. And so, anyways, guys, so no-till is a great way to really keep your soil health really good, because that is going to be the key to everything, is having really good soil. It's going to make everything grow better. It's going to help with pest problems. So really dig into soil health and all that when you're starting your farm. And so the next step I'm going to show you guys is the tilther. So we'll do that right now. Okay, so this is the tilther. I'm going to show you guys how it works here. And as you can see, it's just doesn't go deep. You can see with these blades, it's not, it's just that first couple inches. I did want to say, when we first start a plot, we will till. The very first time we get to a plot and set up our beds, we will use a rototiller, get everything loose, everything ready to go. And then after that, we will switch to the no-till, where we're just using that broad fork and we're just tilting that first couple inches. So I'll show you guys here how it works in action. So guys, this just runs off of a drill, and you put a string around it, and then it just comes up, and it goes to here, and you just pull it, and that's how it works. So it's really simple, really basic. Don't feel like you have to have all these tools to get started, because you don't. I started with none of these tools. When I would set up a bed like we're doing today, I would use a little digging fork, and then I would take a hula hoe and run it across the soil, kind of loosen that top couple inches, and then I would just rake it, and then I'd plant. So don't feel like you have to go out and get all these, but as you get going, and you can get them, because it'll make it faster, easier, and it'll pay for itself. But yeah, we bootstrapped our whole farm, so I mean, we started with the bare minimums of anything. So I mean, we did not have any of these tools. It was just your basic tools you go down to Home Depot and get, and that's how we started our farm, and we just slowly got them over time. So as far as all the tools though, as far as getting them, in one of my videos when we did the planting, that paper pot transplanter and that jank seeder, you can go to pt.4. check them out. I think they're the best pricing for all that. As far as this tilther, I think I got it on Johnny Seeds. And then the broad forks, there's a lot of different companies. You can go research this all and find what things you want and what fits best for your budget and all that. So now I'm going to finish this, and I'll show you guys all how it looks before and then after that we would plant. But I'm not going to show planting today, because we did that in another video, so you can go check that out. I think it was in the number 2 video of the food shortage series, so you can go check that out after this. So let's do it. As you can see, it just leaves you with a nice fluffy surface to plant on, and you can even, like, I just ran a rake through it real quick to get it nice and level, but that tilther helps get a nice good fluffy surface. So especially through direct seeding or something, it's really good to have. Alright, so kind of an overview real quick is, you say you harvested the bed. The first thing you want to do is clear anything out of it. Then the next thing you do is broad fork, then put down any amendments that you need, then run a tilther or anything like that through it, and a rake, and get it all fluffed up and level and ready to plant. So that's kind of a review of all the steps. And I hope these videos are helpful to you guys. I think when we start this next plot behind us, that it will be extremely helpful for anyone that's brand new, because we'll be doing everything from scratch, setting up beds, compost, irrigation. So definitely stay tuned for that, and especially if you're new and you want to learn how to start up a whole new plot or a whole new farm or whatever it is, and start up something in your backyard, that's going to be where you want to tune in. So I thank you guys for watching. Just remember, there's so much going on in the world. There's a lot of stuff that's really frustrating, but we have to keep trusting in God. And a lot of people are going through a lot of hard times, and we have to keep turning to Him and just obeying Him and doing His work, and He will provide for you if you just obey Him and trust in Him. It won't be easy, but you'll get through it, and there will be a way, and we have to keep turning to Him and knowing that He's in control. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go check out our Facebook and Instagram at Finter Farms Ministry, and God bless.